Welcome everyone to another how-to hint from Crafty Carol. So this is how to make a little gift pouch out of one sheet of 6x6 paper. Because I don't know about you, but I have loads of 6x6 paper sitting waiting for me to do something interesting with it. I can't remember where I first saw these, somewhere on YouTube, but I'm sorry to the demonstrator who was doing them. I can't remember who you were, but thank you very much. So, quite simply, we just need one sheet of 6x6 paper, and this is from the, what is it called? This Sunshine and Rainbows designer series paper. See, I've messed it up. I've got a lot. There's a whole load of beautiful papers. Show you very briefly. In with this, which are currently free as part of the Saleabration in early 2022. And it matches and goes with beautifully this Rainbow of Happiness stamp set, and I've used that. I've used this sentiment here, a little something to brighten your day, to actually go on the front of my box. So let's get into how we do this. And the first, nearly knocked the camera over. Difficult to show all of this. First thing to say is that if you've got pattern paper that's got a directional pattern, then you want to have the pattern pointing to the right when you first start, because your first score line is going to be at 1 3/8 of an inch. You can do this on your trimmer as well if you haven't got a scoreboard, and you just follow that line all the way down. So 1 3/4 all the way across. You're then going to turn it so that the pattern faces downwards if it's directional. If it's not directional, it doesn't matter about this. And you're going to start again at 1 3/8, but only score it as far as the first score line. So you just come down to your score line there. You see, I've just done that. I haven't come down the whole of the rest of the paper. Then I'm going to move it to 2 3/4, and we're going to score down the whole one. Then 4 1/8 down to just the score line, and finally 5 1/2 the whole way down. So 2 of those have gone all the way down on the paper. Hopefully you can see that. Got 2 score lines going all the way down on the paper, and the 2 intermediate ones just coming part way. So now we've got all our score lines done. We just have to do a little bit of cutting and we're nearly there. So we're going to start off, we're going to take out the tab at the side. So I'm just going to mitre that very slightly at the top and the bottom because it'll fit better, and take out this piece at the bottom, which is we don't need, so we can take that away. So now I've got here, all I'm going to do now is cut up each of these tabs to that line. So I'm going to go up each of them, but not go beyond that main score line there. So just very quickly cutting up there, and that one, and the final one here. There we go. And basically, that's it. Oops, just getting rid of my bits there. Now all we need to do is do some folding. So we're going to fold down all those score lines. So I'll fold the tab down there, fold this in half, and also fold up all of these tabs and just crease them. And if you want to, you can round the corners of the second one along. It just makes a slightly nicer finish on the final box. So I'll just cut off the corners slightly. It might just, it's just sometimes they can just show a little tiny bit, so I usually just take the very corner off those. Don't need to be too neat about it. I'll show you why in a minute. So then it's just a matter of putting it all together. So we'll get some tear and tape. I'm going to put some tear and tape along this first tab, if I can find the end. Come on, tear and tape, there we go. So we're going to have that, so I need that much just along here. Let's put it in the middle there. There we go. Give it a good push down, and then I can just take the top off. And just a little tip, the easy way to do it, fold it across like that. You've already done your folds, so just folding it across. So you've got a little pouch like that. Now before we fix the bottom, I'm going to put a hole in the top for the ribbon. So I'm just using, actually it's quite thin ribbon. I'm going to use a different punch. I'm going to use my copper punch. And I'm just going to come through. It would look nice if it was at the bottom of the rainbow. It may not be quite in the middle, but it would just look nice. I think I'm going to cut it there. There we go. So I cut my hole for my ribbon. Now we can put it back together. So you're just going to squeeze at the side here, and then all of these just fold in. So the one that you've rounded is the final one that's going to go down. It doesn't really matter the other order. So we can put one down first, and then we're simply going to glue the others down in turn. So we'll start with the one at the side. I'm just going to put glue on all of these panels, and then I can show you better. So I've put glue on them all. So I've folded the first one in. I'm going to try and hold it nice and square. This is where you just want to take a little bit of time to try and make sure all these are going down quite square. You can see now, whoops, you can see now why I've just rounded the final one so that it'll come to the front. That'll be the front of the bag, like that. And it just means that those pieces are not sticking out round the corner. So we just want to make sure that's nice and held down. I should just use my bowed folder to press it down from the inside. Make sure I've got good sticking down of all of those. There we go. So just hold that on another second while it just finally glues. One in there, it's not sticking down. Let's just press that down so it's sticking down properly. There we go. You can probably see in here better than I can. There we go. Oh, it's quite dark in there. You perhaps can't see it in there, but I'm just making sure that has stuck down properly in there. And that is our pouch. And then very simply, I just got a little bit of old retired gold ribbon because I thought it would fit quite nicely. I'm going to put some ribbon through and either tie it in a knot or put it through in a loop and pull, whichever way you want to go with it. I'll just tie it like that just to show you very briefly. And finally, I'd already prepared this. I just did a little bit of a sentiment tag just to stick on. So I get a little bit of, you can see here I'm using all the old bits of my my dimensionals, but I want to stick this vertically. It's slightly rounded, this box, so I'm just going to stick it in the middle, and then it's going to stick on quite nicely. So we're just going to stick that on, a little something to brighten your day. And there we have, except I've squished it, that's okay. Let's just get it out again. I'm going to put the ribbon in slightly differently, actually. I don't quite like it like that. There we go, pop it out again. So there's my tag stuck on, and I'm actually going to put the ribbon through this way because I think it will look better when I finally tie it. So I push my ribbon through again. There we go. I'm going to tie it this way because it's that way. The other way it was sort of dangling. I don't like ribbon dangling. Let's have them sticking up. So that'll shut it and hold it up. So there we go. A simple little gift pouch out of one sheet of 6x6 paper. I hope you enjoyed that, and you'll join me for future craft alongs and future hints. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget you can see all of the details and find out about everything else I do on this YouTube channel and through my website, craftycarolscards.co.uk. Bye.